Hello YouTube viewers and welcome back. What can I say? I am in sunny Italy, although yeah, not so sunny, I have to admit. It's quite not very nice weather today. However, anyway, what do we have here? Today I have got a video here on an OBD code reader that you can buy from AliExpress, and it came packaged. Well, obviously I kind of opened it to see what it was, but this is kind of an unboxing and a quick sort of tour of what it does. So the OBD code scan, EOBD scan reader, whatever it's called, it's this is how it came, and the box is slightly damaged, but we're using the machine, not the box. Now this is the first time I'm opening it as well, so I'm going to quickly go over what's on the box, and hopefully that is what's going to be on the machine itself. Now it says it works with all 1996 or later OBD2 compliant US, European and Asian vehicles. Now this doesn't mean that every 1996 onwards cars do have this, because there are this was only from the US that was a compliance, but from well, in Europe it was from 2001 onwards for petrol, and 2004 onwards for diesels, if I'm not mistaken. And if I have mistaken, then please write it in the comment box below, because I may be wrong. Now this is supposed to detect all sort of generic codes, as well as turning the engine light off, reset the codes, and view frame phrase data, all sorts of nice little things that it's nice to have on a little compact device such as this, which you can carry in your glove box and perhaps use as and when you need it, because now everyone can be a mechanic from home. Now the box is pretty simple, straightforward. Opens up from this little pull tab, then the box opens, but we don't really care, because again, we don't care about the box, we care about what's inside. We are greeted with a little bag. Now, using a camera and two hands isn't the greatest thing, anyway. So we greeted a bag. It looks quite professional, to be honest, because it's got a nice little embroidered outel, whatever it's called. Oh, mind the mess on the floor. Don't want to show you the mess on the floor or on the seat. Really nice. Now it's got a nice little outeltech.com embroidered. Well, it's quite a nice case actually, but yeah. So let's undo the zips. The zip opens up, and what does it reveal? Now I am doing this video because when I purchased this device, originally I wanted to see what the device looked like, how it worked, what it came with, some sort of an unboxing video. I couldn't find one. I could actually only see videos of the device in use by some Chinese person that didn't really know what it was doing. It was just plugging it in, showing things, but didn't show much more than that. Now it is quite nice because it's bigger than previously anticipated. I actually thought it was a tiny little thing. Now this is quite rugged and it's quite big. It's I'm actually quite surprised. Now I'm noticing there's a little box thing at the back. I'm hoping that it doesn't require batteries, because if it does, and this doesn't have one, then we can't go on with the video, but let's hope. Now it doesn't turn on like this, so hopefully it draws power from your car battery, which with a connector at the top. What else do we get? We get a user guide. Yes, is it going to be in Chinese? Now, oh, there's a CD inside. Obviously one of these copied CDs, because unless we know anything about soccer, boo, I don't know. Anyway, this is a CD. I'm assuming this is to update the device. Now it's got quite nicely laid out table of content, and well, it seems like it's English, so it's perhaps it is. Well, we'll read about this maybe later. You know, this is kind of literature that if you don't know what you're doing, you may want to read it. And then it comes with this cable. Now this is a proprietary plug on this end. Well, it's not even a proprietary plug. It's what's that? 18 pin? How many pins? Many pins. 10 pins. I don't know. What is that? 3, 6, 9. What's that? 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, 15 pin. Okay, yeah, it's like the joystick port on PCs. They used to be like. So it's a 15-pin sort of serial connector or whatever it's called. And we get the cable. Now this is a standard OBD2 cable, and this would just plug into the car. I'm trying to do everything with one hand, and as you can see, I'm not really good at it. I should have opened it earlier, but then again, I would have ruined the unboxing experience and you would have missed all this plastic goodness. Right, so we do it. We undo the cable tie, because the cable tie is something that, it's a cable tie or cable tie, I don't know, what are they called? What are these things called? Cable ties? Perhaps. Anyway, it's a little metal piece, what it's called. And we have the cable. Now this, obviously, it's kind of obvious, anyone can do it. You plug it into the machine. Machine is here, and we plug this cable. Now here I'm going to need 2 hands, so let's see. How do I do this? Let's hold the camera with one hand and plug the cable in. Oh, I can see the comments already. Get professional equipment, do things properly. Oh well, never mind. And that's about it. Yes, there's the cable plugged in. Now, as I have said earlier, it's quite a big device. I didn't expect it to be this big, but oh well. Now, note that I am in a left-hand drive car. This is my Fiat Doblo, which is, well, it's a car, it's a Fiat. And we have the OBD plug, and it's conveniently placed underneath here. Now, let's plug this in. Let's plug this device in. Now my plug is down there somewhere, so I know it's there, and I can just quickly plug it in. And straight away this comes on with Autel, and the screen is backlit, which is quite surprising. It's quite nice actually. It straight away plugs in and straight away comes on, so it's quite nice. Now, unfortunately, I don't have any problems with the car. And it will come up, everything's correct, everything's fine, so it won't give me any issues. It doesn't have any issues, but let's see what we can do with this machine. Now we do have a few buttons on the screen, well, on the keypad here, and it's just navigation keys, escape, enter, and I'm assuming that's just for menus. In fact, it says there, it tells you that escape goes into setup and enter goes into a menu mode. So what we simply do is just press, say, escape, and from escape we have language, contrast. Let's just focus onto the screen so you can see. In fact, there's this little peely thingy here, so let's peel this off, and there you go, we can see it much better. And so let's try and remove the as much glare as we can. And we have, okay, there you go. So we have languages. Now in the languages we have a list of Dutch, German, Deutsch, or what it's called, Dutch, English, Spanish, and French. And we are interested in that one, considering that it's got the mostly spoken languages. We have German and Dutch, as opposed to perhaps, I don't know, a language such as, I don't know, Italian? Never mind. Contrast settings, unit of measure, I'm assuming that's miles or, oops, there was that, escape. Now the unit of measure should be something like miles, kilometers, and that kind of stuff. Oh, there you go, in fact it is English and metric. English because it'll be miles and pounds and that kind of stuff, whereas metric is kilometers and kilograms and, you know, that sort of metric stuff, as we all know, because we know that one now. Auto power off, beep set, tool self-test. So the machine tests itself to see if it works. Well, the fact that it comes on, it's already a good sign, considering that I got it from AliExpress for pretty cheap. I think it was about 27 pounds, British pounds, and that was delivered, so that's quite nice. Now that was the menu, that was the setup menu, and that was pretty simple, to be honest, so there wasn't nothing special about that. Now we have got a menu, so we click enter, and we have these kind of menu. So we've got diagnostics, DTC lookup, that's the codes, the error codes. We can review data, print data. I'm not sure how that works, but we've got to print data. We've got system setup, again, I don't know if that's a different system, this system, OBD system perhaps. Tool information, I would have thought that this would have been under setup, because this sounds like it's going to give you the information about the software and all that, and in fact it does. That's quite weird, but anyway. And then we have, there you go, that was pretty much it. So we've got 6 things that we can do, which actually 4 things, well, not even 2 things. We've got diagnostic and DTC lookup, because review data and print data is something that you do, like it's the same data that you already extracted. Some system setup, we then have the same things as before. So we have repeated menus. There you go. If you didn't know that, then that's how it's done. You have menus all over the place. What else do we have? Let's go from print data. Let's see what print data does. So in print data, it says that you have to refer to the user manual for data printing procedures. And it's got some IM readiness. Well, I am not readiness, so I'm going to get out. When you have review data, I'm assuming this is not going to work because, oh, yeah, it's the same thing. Module present, I don't know. I will have to open that cover eventually and find out if it is for a battery or perhaps from some extra module, some extra features perhaps. Anyway, let's go into diagnostics and let's have a look what this does. So we click enter and it's going to find all the protocols. So it's got different protocols apparently. Yeah, there you go. So you got ISO 9141-2, you had the CAN bus, you had, let's have a look what else it's going to give me. Yeah, it's KWP. So it's got erase previously stored data to save data from this test. Well, yes, okay, because I have never used it before, so I don't really care for the previous data. So it's going to say that the engine management light is off, and there you go. So it's got read codes, erase codes, live data, views freeze frame data, IM readiness, O2 test monitor, and let's see, onboard monitor, test, component test, vehicle info, module present, and unit of measure. That's it. So the unit of measure, again, is going to be the same menu as before, the kilometers and miles and all that kind of good stuff. Then the modules present, let's have a look. Is that the modules that the car has, like the thingy module? Was that protocol? It's using the KWP2000 protocol. I did see that before in another OBD clip I have, and it used that protocol. So actually, yeah, so perhaps this car uses that protocol. So what else have we got? Vehicle info. Let's go into vehicle info and it's get turn key on with engine off, which is exactly what I have already done. So I'm assuming that, let me just turn the lights off, otherwise I'm going to kill my battery. And let's click on enter calibration ID number. Let's have a look what this does. Very good, that's exactly what I needed to know. Some random string number. Now perhaps this is not random. I'm assuming this is not random and this is exactly like this car, but I don't know what that is. And the majority of people probably won't, but some people will. If you do know what that is, please write it in the comment box below, because I don't. Component test. Let's have a look what components we can test. So select mode is not supported. Oh, okay, we can't test anything. Onboard monitor test. Let's have a look what this is. So the PID data. I know the PID data. It's basically from sensors and stuff. And it's got a test 81 and a test 82. I don't know what that is. And we have this. Again, some stuff that perhaps it makes sense to some people as you need them, but not to us, unfortunately. Well, not to me anyway. O2 monitor test. I know this is not going to work because it's not supported. Again. Then we have IM readiness, which is something that we've seen earlier. What does that do? So since DTC, okay, so this is basically like the cycle, how long it's been since you've reset the codes, and it's not giving you that information perhaps. Let's have a look. So we go down, nothing, it doesn't tell you that. It just says EGR system, which is awful. Component, what is that, computer component perhaps, fuel system monitor, and mill off. Well, that's good because I know it was anyway. View freeze frame data. Now there was only one car that I connected that did have a freeze frame data code, but I could not decipher it, so I don't know. I have no freeze frame data. Live data. Live data should be like engine speed and all that. So as you can see, the PID is all the sensors, and in the view data it should give you like all these complete data. Let's have a look. So yeah, it gives you like the map sensor, the revolutions per minute, and voltage, and all sorts of stuff. Now I'm going to show you this by actually starting the car, and which I cannot. Let's have a look. It's going to crash, or is it going to work? Now these cars have a safety feature where you have to turn the key off before you can start it again. But there you go, and it's going to not work because I have turned the engine off and turned it back on, and it's crashed. In fact, it has crashed. As you can see, it's crashed. I'm clicking buttons, but it's not doing anything. So perhaps, yeah, turning it off and perhaps turning it back on. There you go. Maxi scan MS509 with version 2.03. Enter diagnostics. So as you can see, it's going through the component thingy. Well, it was the KWP, was it? I apologise about the glare because yeah, let's click enter on that and let's have a look. So yeah, it's this time it says monitors and NA, whatever. Okay, that's fine. Now live data it was. Let's click on live data and reading the PIDs. Now you should always be careful apparently, because sometimes if you try to access live data while the card is running, it could potentially give you problems. No, it shouldn't, but there's always the chance that you could mess something up. So I'm going to say this so that if something does happen, you cannot say, oh, he said it, he can do it. You can't. I don't want to know. So there you go. It tells you like the load in percentage. It tells you the temperature, which is currently 27 degrees in the engine bay. The map sensor in kilopascal, I think it is, or something like that. Then you've got the revolution per minute, which is the RPM, the rev counter, and it's 891. In fact, if I accelerate, it goes up. Yeah. And then you've got the kilometers an hour. Where else? So yeah, actually, it does give you pretty much every sensor that is capable of giving you some information is currently live, which is quite impressive, because in most programs that you connect from a computer, you need to have it separate. You need to select the ones you want. So that's pretty neat. That's pretty cool. Custom data set. I'm assuming this is where you select the sensors you want to use. There you go. In fact, that's exactly what it is. So you select the various sensors you want to read live data from. Then you get your unit of measure, which goes back to the same menu, which is weird. Then you can record the data and perhaps take a snippet of the data and then work on it and see if it's all fine, and you can play it back and see where there's a problem and all sort of stuff. There you go, you erase codes, which it's quite disappointing because I'm not going to do it now, by the way, but it's quite weird because I mean this machine here can erase code straight away. However, there was a problem after I had accidentally had a line of the diesel that went to the common rail pump come loose, so it was losing pressure, and then it stored a fault code, and that code was on my dashboard, and I couldn't erase it because the software I was using didn't allow me to erase it because it was a demo mode or whatever it was. And this has it all built in, which is quite nice. And then we have your read codes. Now again, this is not going to show anything because I don't have any codes, at least I don't think. There you go, no code stored. And then there was the pending codes, which is again the ones that are important that you need to see, and I have none again because I am a very nice guy, which I've nicely erased the problems that I had on the car. However, if I press the brake pedal, because one of my bulbs is out, it now tells me on the dashboard that I have a bulb out. So, will this detect that I have a bulb out? And no, it does not. However, with the Fiat software, it does. That's quite weird. But that pretty much wraps up the entire features of this machine. Not many, I have to admit, but enough to sort of get you by as and when you require them. I'm going to turn the engine off because I don't need it on anymore. So yeah, this is pretty much what it does, and that's it. Are you sure you want to exit? Oh yes, I do want to exit. That's it. That's pretty much it. Now I wanted to point out, actually, there's also a little question mark button there. If I click that, that should give me the diagnostic, or your EOBD2 diagnostics, it says. So all that button does, it pops up a little writing, and that's pretty much it. Yeah, you could have waited. Okay. Yeah, pardon for that, because obviously she couldn't wait to open the door. Right, so as I was saying, this is the Maxi Scan MS509 EOBD OBD2 Reader. It's quite nicely priced, and it's a nice little addition to your toolbox if you've got some small problems, codes and all sort of things popping up on your dashboard. Not for anything else. You don't require any additional software. It just works out right out of the box, and that's it. So from me, this is well, this is how big it is, by the way. From me, this is a nice device, nice tool, and well worth the £25 spent. So yeah, if you are looking for some sort of OBD full code reader scan tool, there you go, scan tool, then yeah, this is probably your best bet for simple code reading. From me, I would like to say thank you, and don't forget to subscribe. I will post more videos soon, and yeah, this one is probably going to be like a very raw video, not edited. And yes, so sunny Italy. Yeah, not so sunny.